Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm yours, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another beer review. And today, guys, I don't think this beer needs any introduction. This, my friends, is from Deschutes Brewery. This is the 2011 version of the Abyss, an 11% alcohol by volume Imperial Stout. And actually, they changed it up a bit this year. This year they added some cherry bark to it, a little bit of vanilla to it, and they changed up the barrel aging a little bit too. They did 6% oak bourbon barrels, 11% in standard oak barrels, and 11% in oak Pinot Noir barrels. So they blended them together and you have the 2011 version of the Abyss. So really looking forward to this one. This previously, the 2010 was one of my it's still one of my favorite beers to drink. So really looking forward to this one. Comes out November 15th, where Deschutes beers are sold around you and at the brewery as well. So if you want to pick it up, get it while you can, because it's going to be a limited release. So with that said, let me get into a glass, let you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give me the verdict on the 2011 The Abyss. All right, guys, so the appearance on the Abyss, well, it certainly lives up to its name. Dark as night. You can't see anything through it. There is no light blasting through this thing at all. There's about a finger to a finger and a half of an off-white, almost verging on like a khaki brown type of head. Really, really big bubbles around the edge of the glass. Nice lacing. Definitely seeing some alcohol legs in there. Some nice carbonation in the middle. Nice carbonation coming off the sides of the glass. Yeah, it's just a really deep, dark-looking Imperial Stout. All right, guys, the aroma on the Abyss. Whoa, massive amounts of espresso beans, dark chocolate, really, really dark chocolate. Definitely getting some cherry kind of vinous characters in there, a slight vanilla, bit of an oakiness. It's gotta be from the barrels. There's a touch of like a bourbon vanilla kind of flavor coming through. Big roasted characters, almost to the point of being a touch smoky. It's just, wow, it's a really, really complex smelling beer. All right, guys, the taste on the 2011 Abyss. Cheers. Wow. Wow. That is massive. Whew. Right at the front of the tongue. Huge amounts of a dark chocolate espresso bitterness just pop the palate open. And I gotta tell you, the middle of this mouth thing, the middle of the mouth is one of the most complex tastes I've ever had on a beer like this. I'm getting a soft, kind of subtle sweetness that's being buried by this massive dark chocolate, cherry, bourbon, vanilla kind of character coming through. There's a nice oakiness to kind of come back and pop those forward kind of, you know, cherry notes back into the forefront. The mouthfeel on this thing, it just coats the mouth like an oil, like just an oil film. Nice. There's a semi-sweet finish. Aftertaste, definitely getting a bitterness from the chocolate, more of that, you know, espresso type of bitterness coming through. Cherry, again, vanilla. There's just a really, really overall nice oakiness that kind of blends with all the big bitterness and the sweetness from the cherry. Wow, it's just a hugely complex beer, and it's actually changed a couple times since I've sat down to have it. It's just an epic tasting beer. It's definitely a sipping beer, but it's one that you just want to keep sipping at because it does keep changing. Just awesome, awesome stuff. Guys, this for me is an easy A+. This is easily one of the most complex, interesting, intense, you know, beer experiences I've ever had. I can't even begin to tell you how many different kind of layers of flavors are in this, between the chocolate and the cherry and the bourbon qualities and the oakiness. And then there's the stout, you know, the huge amounts of coffee and chocolate that really just come together and do this awesome, awesome, you know, they just form this amazingly delicate yet just aggressively complicated beer, and it's just an awesome, awesome feat of a beer. I think a year from now, this thing is just gonna smooth out. The vanilla is gonna pop up, the bourbon's gonna pop up, the bitterness is gonna go down, the alcohol is gonna go down a little bit. It's just gonna be a smooth, smooth, amazing drinking beer. So I definitely recommend picking up more than one. And with that said, definitely getting an A+ from me. Remember folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers, guys. Cheers.